What are you talking
triggered
about?
by the Sly Favon comments. They be saying Sly Favon. I think they trolling me.
No reason. I just don't see the comments though.
Cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is...
The latest update on Lil Durk has shocked everyone. New reports claim that certain individuals connected to the case are now cooperating with authorities, and this situation reportedly left Durk emotional during his recent court appearance. Observers at the hearing said Lil Durk looked noticeably thinner and had even cut off his signature dreads, showing just how heavy the situation has become. Several key legal decisions were also revealed. The judge denied Durk's motion to disqualify, and his motion to dismiss for vagueness was also rejected. However, his motion for a bill of particulars is still under consideration. The court has allowed both sides to submit additional responses by Friday, while the motion to dismiss Count 4 remains under advisement. These developments have raised serious concerns among fans and supporters of Lil Durk, and the situation quickly became a hot topic of debate on the No Jumper podcast, where many questioned what could happen next in this intense legal battle.
Remo, this is my last No Jumper. Durk already told me I wasn't supposed to come back up here with that last.
No, look what happened to him.
That man got kids. You talking about look what happened to him.
Definitely not happy about him.
I wouldn't be happy if you go to jail, Adam, because I know you got daughter. Break down.
There's multiple people who are no longer there for their kids as a result of that Durk allegedly called in.
Until they put that on black and white, sir. Stop throwing stuff on a black man who's trying to do something right for the community right now.
Feds have already put out a lot of information about this.
You don't have to put it out. You don't have to put it out. So this is a major platform.
You're not the boss of me. We talk about rap on here. I think it is well within our jurisdiction to talk about the fact
jurisdiction. What type of police is
been
this?
alleged to have ordered them.
This
Free smirk though.
Free
man.
smirk. But also
maybe police. It's a platform. This some police.
Just sit down for a little and decide, hey, maybe I'm not anybody else.
We don't have no proof that we don't.
Despite the pressure, Lil Durk's lawyer managed to get one of the key motions taken under advisement, which many are calling a small but important legal win. Still, prosecutors are reportedly building a strong case and are prepared to use every piece of evidence available. Reports suggest a new cooperating witness revealed information about a private group chat, which led to claims that Durk allegedly placed hits on certain O Block members for not retaliating after King Von's death. Prosecutors are planning to bring forward testimony from a witness who claims Durk gave direct orders. Court files also mention tension between Lil Durk and Mona Duck, allegedly over retaliation issues following King Von's passing. These claims sparked reactions from DJ Academics and WAC 100, who both shared their opinions on the unfolding situation, adding even more attention to the case.
Life by basically saying he's guilty of for hire, and the only thing that, like, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing. There's no message that they got that says where Durk says y'all that Quando yet. Nothing says that.
You missing the point. Okay. They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 years. One of the cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know what the I don't know. You don't need too much more than that. One of is cooperating. Then in the paperwork, you got the conversation. They say they had it in and out. The other 2 was figuring out how they getting paid.
However, not everything about the cooperating witness seems clear. New court documents suggest inconsistencies in the witness's story. Initially, the witness claimed there was no bounty involved, but later changed the statement, now saying there was one. At first, some sources suspected D was secretly working with federal authorities, but that turned out not to be true. Instead, reports suggest D may simply be trying to distance himself from the case entirely, raising questions about credibility and truth in the ongoing investigation.
And that's what Didi did. He's basically saying all this evidence y'all got against Durk got nothing to do with me. Why you got me charged with Durk? And that doesn't mean he's going against Durk. That just means he wants his case severed. And I'm telling you, if it's severed, it helps Durk. Because one of the main connective tissue to this conspiracy is saying that Durk told Didi to hire. Didi's saying, I ain't get told to hire nobody. And I ain't hire nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I hire someone? That's his thing.
Unfortunately for Lil Durk, it appears the trial may be delayed. New reports reveal prosecutors want to introduce a much larger amount of evidence, which could complicate the situation even further. However, the delay may also give Durk more time to secure bond before the trial officially begins. Authorities are reportedly trying to connect Durk to the 2021 incident involving Quando Rondo and his crew in Georgia. Prosecutors are also examining whether Durk indirectly referenced involvement in the incident connected to Lil Pab through his music. Court files highlight lyrics where Durk rapped about people telling him to slide for Vaughn, followed by later podcast comments where he said he no longer saw those messages. Prosecutors believe this creates a timeline linking events from October 2021 to August 2022, when Lil Pab passed away. Despite everything, Lil Durk and his legal team are not giving up. This marks his third attempt at bond, and his lawyers are reportedly preparing a strong offer they believe could convince the judge. Even Durk's father has expressed hope that bond could be granted soon.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son, at least for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's going to give a ruling in the next few days about what's his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you, and inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
The timing of events played a crucial role. Just days after prosecutors introduced lyrical evidence, the defense strongly pushed back. According to sources, the courtroom became tense as arguments intensified, with strong opposition from prosecutors. This moment became a turning point, as both sides fought hard over whether the lyrics should remain part of the case.
And now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Lil Durk's legal team presented evidence proving that the lyrics in question were actually recorded before the passing of Lil Pab. This discovery led to the lyrics being removed from the case, marking a significant victory for the defense. Following this, Durk's lawyer publicly expressed confidence, stating he believes the federal case lacks solid evidence and may not hold up in the long run.
The case is as follows. So, there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Ak. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
In a new twist, federal authorities are reportedly bringing in another cooperating witness, Otto Vanivani. Court records indicate he is no longer in prison custody, suggesting he may now be under house arrest. Leaked messages revealed Vani discussing details of his plea deal, saying he was trying to reduce his sentence significantly. He explained the point system, estimating he could face around 5 to 7 years instead of a much longer sentence. He also admitted he did not want to risk going to trial. The situation became even more dramatic when Vonnie's father publicly criticized him. Instead of celebrating a reduced sentence, he accused Vonnie of playing a role in events surrounding King Von's death and even claimed Lil Durk knew about it, adding more controversy to an already complex case.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him, was it open? It was the exact words, was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right in there.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Von before he died.
At first, many people questioned why Lil Durk would ever want harm to come to King Von, considering their close relationship. But some began revisiting past legal issues between them. Reports suggest Durk was facing a legal situation involving King Von, and shortly after Von's passing, that case ended in a private settlement, leading to Durk's charges being dropped. This raised speculation among some observers about whether the events were connected. While these claims remain debated, the situation continues to spark discussion across the hip-hop community, leaving fans watching closely as the legal battle unfolds.
Why would Durk want Von?
Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table and I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
Dude was
thing.
He was signed to boys. He was Von wasn't no.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that, which was
come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He had a public defender."
Fans have started noticing a strange pattern with Lil Durk and his Instagram activity. Multiple observers pointed out that Durk often goes live at the exact moments when major incidents occur, like the deaths of King Von, Lil Pab, and FBG Duck. One fan commented, "It makes me wonder why Durk suddenly goes on IG Live when he's connected to someone passing. He went live the minute when King Von, Lil Pab, and FBG Duck passed away." Some fans speculate that Durk might be using Instagram Live as a kind of real-time alibi. If questioned about involvement in these incidents, he could potentially claim he was broadcasting live at the time. Meanwhile, Vonnie's father hasn't held back, publicly suggesting that Vonnie also played a role in Lil Pab's passing, adding another layer of drama for observers.
Oh no, he ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond to nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
Oh, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages, like that's.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was the focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text message was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and other. And with me saying Von, some people like, man, what he gonna turn on some words on Von?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him the Von. You gonna tell it just like you orchestrated Lil Pab, you orchestrated this, and guess who you work for?
Vonnie isn't the only cooperating witness in the case. Sources report that D's younger brother, Ted, has caused a stir among the rap community. When news broke that Ted was picked up by police for having a firearm in a store, rappers and fans alike reacted with disbelief, some even tweeting, "Please tell me this isn't real." This incident has set off a chain of concerns, as everyone wonders how much sensitive information Ted might reveal to authorities.
Hey, stop it. Stop it.
The situation escalated quickly once Ted arrived at the police station. Sources say he immediately offered to cooperate, telling officers, "I'll tell y'all about the passings." It was clear that Ted was willing to provide anything and everything he knew to avoid staying behind bars, a move that could have major implications for the case against Lil Durk.
Wait, hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? Stop saying what you saying, man. We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright? We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me. Relax, man. I'm gonna get a buzz in prison. Relax. Give me no, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
Inside the holding cell, Ted was reportedly seen breaking down in tears. Sources describe him as inconsolable, desperate to spill every detail about people connected to crimes. His emotional state suggests that authorities may have access to sensitive insider information, making Ted's cooperation a significant concern for Durk and his team.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS, and right now we're gonna show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they're trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS.
With DD being his older brother, nobody really knows how much Ted might know, making his cooperation even more concerning. Despite this, Lil Durk's lawyers remain confident that prosecutors lack sufficient evidence. Durk has filed a new motion to dismiss the second indictment for vagueness. If that motion fails, his team is requesting a bill of particulars, demanding specifics about the coded language allegedly used, the nature of any bounties, exact dates, and circumstances. The defense wants prosecutors to clearly prove whether Durk offered a bounty for Quando Rondo, including the exact reward and timing. According to the lawyers, the federal authorities are keeping key details hidden, which they believe indicates a weak case. Adding to the tension, Lil Durk was recently taken into solitary confinement after a report suggested he had a cell phone in his jail cell, bringing new updates on his conditions behind bars.
Get to know, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, his still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f***ing like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
The solitary confinement may also have been for Durk's safety. Reports suggest he was recently targeted inside jail, sparking concern among the streets and prompting reactions from fellow artists. Lil Baby reportedly stated, "I don't care about nothing else other than Durk right now. Free the broke." Fans and insiders believe that Durk's friends were being watched closely after Glee, a close associate of Durk, passed away in Chicago the same week. Friends of Lil Pab, Quando Rondo, and Lil Tim conducted interviews on the same day Durk was targeted, and while they appeared neutral publicly, many fans speculated was a strategic move to avoid being questioned by authorities.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out. Or whatever, like they could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
Following these developments, Rondo reportedly made similar comments, expressing regret and wishing the situation had unfolded differently. The coordinated timing of interviews and events continues to draw attention and suspicion.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records, and there are pop records, and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is bad.
It looks particularly suspicious that interviews happened on the very day Durk was placed in solitary. This timing eliminates his chances of immediately securing bond. On the positive side, Durk's team may argue that much of the evidence is protected under freedom of speech. Authorities claim that Durk only references street conflicts in his music for attention and promotion, but doesn't directly engage in criminal activity, a key defense strategy.
No bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
Even if Durk were fortunate enough to secure bond, the conditions would be harsh. Reports say he might have to relinquish nearly all of his assets, as prosecutors and the judge do not trust him. The concern is that Durk could otherwise use his wealth to influence witnesses or place bounties on cooperating individuals.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam got him
put everyone in a jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
Federal authorities are also concerned that members of O Block have already retaliated against the first snitches. Jam, one of the initial cooperating witnesses, has reportedly been missing for months. A source asked publicly, "Has anyone heard from Jam after he snitched on Durk?" With several key figures gone or missing, the authorities are watching closely to prevent further complications in the case.